as someone who has been involved in investigating the abuses of police departments and looking at reform of police departments, how difficult is that, given these attitudes and many of the attitudes of people who run police departments?
Well, it's really, I mean, it's very difficult. But one of the things I learned over time, and I wrote about this in a piece I wrote for the Washington Post. One of the reasons it's so difficult is because it's not broken, because the police are doing exactly what we've asked them to. We've literally asked them to do an impossible job, right? And then we get mad at them for doing it, and in just the way we told them to. And guess what? There are racial disparities. There's unnecessary harm. There's unnecessary incarceration. And so I think I learned that you can and should reduce the harm that policing causes through those efforts. And I think that's really, really important as we do this deeper work. But we have to do the deeper work. But as we do that, we have to keep in mind what my co-panelists have been saying, that this is much bigger than just policing, right? If we're actually just policing and just sort of the blatant kinds of biases that your example posited, it would actually be much easier than it actually is. People like Dorothy Roberts talk about how we need to, abolish child protective services, because that can be just as damaging because of the biases that invade not just policing, but all sorts of government structures, right? And those biases keep us from thinking about public safety the way we should, the way that Rick Jones is encouraging us to think about it. That as public safety should be about building up communities. We have these biases that think, no, that won't work. Those people over there won't respond to, healthy, clean air, and, drinking and good drinking water, and healthy food, and good housing. We think, they need to be controlled, and they won't respond to things like my children would. And so I think we need to get out of that, we need to shift that mindset. And if we do, and only then I think, will we begin to recognize that the way to achieve public safety is to build up communities and to shift resources. And when people are living with trauma, to address that trauma, not put them in jail or prison, right? But we're just not there yet, because we don't think about public safety in that way. And these biases do keep us from really truly believing that other people will respond to help and to care in the way that we think we would respond to help and to care. So we've got to recognize that we have some really pernicious biases that are preventing us from seeing the solutions that will work.